Greetings, adventurers. This is DM Kurt, and I recently heard a question asked online, and it was, which is the better role-playing game, Vampire the Masquerade or Dungeons and Dragons? So, this is ultimately just going to be an opinion poll when you ask that question of a group. I played Vampire briefly in the 90s. Okay, and I imagine they've gone through one or two edition changes since then. In this game, you played a vampire. You were a member of one of multiple factions. And each of the factions they had this loose, not an open war, but they had this plotting against each other. Everybody was trying to get power. The members of your own faction might be plotting against you. But yet you also had to keep up the masquerade that there's no such thing as vampires, while your character faces this eternal gnawing hunger. But you can't just attack people and drink their blood. So you are forced to constantly restrain yourself from your baser urges as a blood-sucking vampire thing, while at the same time you are trying to screw over the other factions. It's not just your simple, hack and slash, whoever can win a fight gets the loot kind of thing. There was a little more going on, in this game, and it was tied to the White Wolf Press universe of shared books. There was a werewolf game called Werewolf the Apocalypse, which had its own themes. There was one about changelings, one about ghosts, one about mages. Now I never read that book. I always wanted to pick it up, but never did. And then there was one about the hunters that hunted the various paranormal creatures. When this game came out, it brought new players into the hobby. And that's pretty cool, Dungeons and Dragons, however, we're going on 6 or more editions already in the shelves, and a new one coming out. You had your basic, which is considered 0 edition, but it had sort of iterations, alpha test, beta test before that. You had AD&D first edition, second, etc. And we're up to our 5th official edition. Well, whatever. But D&D has not only been around longer, but it's spawned more different worlds based off of it. I don't know how many DMs came up with their own campaign world to base their game in. And that's not counting the official different game worlds that have come and gone, and some have come back again. And I think that D&D allows you to do a lot more. While the key word to explain vampire was Machiavellian, the key word to explain D&D is heroic. This is the game you can bring your kids into and say, okay, we're going to be the good guys, we're going to smite some bad guys, and we're going to do good things, and just go from there. A little more wholesome, in my opinion. So you could go into space, you could go into other dimensions, you could go deep into the Underdark, you could explore the Forgotten Realms or Mystara or all these different places and do all these different things. I just feel that D&D just allows you a wider breadth of experience, whereas in Vampire the Masquerade, your campaign settings are Los Angeles, Seattle, New York, New Orleans, whatever real world place that you're operating in and trying to do your thing in. So my vote's for D&D. You can just do more with it and go further with it. Anyway, that's me, DM Kurt. Please like and subscribe. And I want to thank all of my subscribers. I think I'm at 101. I appreciate all y'all. Have a good one.